Aloha, welcome. My name is Anderson Land, the Artistic Director for the 40th Annual Hawaii International Film Festival presented by Halekulani. And thanks for coming to our discussion with the film Aloha Surf Hotel, directed by Stefan Schaefer. And we'd like to extend our special thanks to our sponsors for this film, Film Hawaii, Hawaiian Airlines, and the Nichols Family Film Fund for sponsoring this film, which is part of the Made in Hawaii section. So before we start the Q&A, we're going to have, I'm just going to give you some quick housekeeping bits. Regarding program updates, just go for up-to-date information and additions to our program and the full schedule of films, events, HIFF Talk story sessions, and Q&As. Visit our website at hiff.org, hiff.org. And also for audience award voting, to participate in our Hawaii News Now audience award voting, please head to hawaiinewsnow.com/HIFF to cast your vote for your favorite narrative, documentary, and short film. And mahalo to Hawaii News Now for their support. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Director Stefan Schaefer. And Stefan, how are you doing? You're zooming in from Maui, right, I assume?
Yeah, from Maui. Thanks for having us, Anderson.
Absolutely. Stefan, we've got a packed house here. So if you don't mind introducing your cast and crew.
Yeah. So let's see. We have Augie T, who plays the lead in the film. He just walked out of frame. We have Tiana Tully, Matt Corboy, Catalani Warner, Branscombe Richmond, and Alex Farnham. And it's amazing to see everyone here, and I'm so happy to see these faces after looking at them for months and months in post-production. Now I get to see them doing it.
Welcome everyone to this Q&A for Aloha Surf Hotel. We're very honored to have this film, and I believe this is the world premiere. This will be the world premiere for the film at the Hawaii International Film Festival. So we're very excited to have it as part of our program. So Stefan, we've shown. I think this is I believe our sixth or seventh film that we've shown of yours at the festival.
I think it actually might be the 8th film. Yeah. It's there. Wow. I'm happy to keep coming back. It's a great festival.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the first films I saw of yours was actually in Berlin many years ago. The Queen Raquella film, the Amazing Truth About Queen Raquella, right? It was the and then you did and then you did that film with Chris Silber, My Last Day Without You, I believe is the title. You did the MS Whirlwind documentary, and Kuleana, of course. Augie, I believe you were in that as well. I mean, now it's called Maui, right? It's available on streaming services and DVDs and what have you. But you're, as a resident of Maui, you've been there for several years now. So just can you talk about Aloha Surf Hotel? And kind of the genesis behind it, and what gave you the idea to make this film?
Yeah, so I've lived here on Maui for 11 years now, and I spend a fair amount of time. We're on the North Shore, and I spend a fair amount of time at Ho'okipa, at the local surf spot. And there are a ton of current professional water people and surfers and ex-pros, and I always have thought this is an incredible cast of colorful characters, and so a couple years ago, I thought of this idea of putting an ex-surf pro at the center of a film or a TV show, and I developed this pitch as a TV show initially with my friend John Stern, who has a company in LA called Abominable Pictures, and they've done things like Children's Hospital and Wet Hot American Summer. So he's big in the comedy space, and so we developed this as a TV show. So we have this sort of, our world is a hotel, beachfront hotel run by a family, and they hire a ex-surf pro to teach obnoxious tourists how to surf. And it just seemed like there was a show engine there, sort of Faulty Towers in Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly, Faulty Towers, yeah.
So we ended up, we pitched it at GVS Accelerator on the Big Island, which was a public-private fund. And we got some development money. We actually shot like a proof of concept TV pilot, and we almost set it up. And then it sort of went dormant for a moment. And the fund came back and said, well, our money's getting reallocated. What about shooting it as a feature film? And what I'd learned in shooting the pilot was you can't cast the central character as someone from LA. Like I just I didn't believe that. And so in thinking about it as a feature film, I worked with Augie on Get a Job and Kuleana, and obviously he's hilarious, but he also can play the emotional and dramatic beats. And so immediately when I sort of had that opportunity, I thought about rewriting it with Augie as the ex-surf pro. And then I got to round it out with all these other amazing actors, all of whom are, here in Hawaii or, have a deep connection to Hawaii.
So, I mean, did you kind of, for the proof of concept, did you use the footage that was in the proof of concept and expand it as a feature, or did you just start from scratch all over again?
Yeah, well, we shot everything again.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay, Augie, I mean, this is like, how was when Stefan approached you to play this like ex over the hill surfer, who's trying to kind of just basically live his life, very happy-go-lucky, but then it's very much a coming of age for his character. So can you maybe talk about that when Stefan approached you, and then how did you see how would you inform this character in developing it?
Well, first off, whatever Stefan or pitch anything to me, I just automatically take them. So I thought I was playing like the Brown Panther. So I thought originally I thought we was doing like a local Marvel. So I was in. I was like, yeah, okay, shoot, let's do it. And no, we met. Ty and I met the same day when we just kind of sat around, and I love the concept. When he was telling me about it. So mind you, Stefan will tell you, right? My life is going at 150 miles per hour. So when these guys ask me to do something, I just, in my brain, I go, I'm in no matter what. If I get 4 scenes, I'm in. If I'm cast for, more than just 4 scenes, I'm in. I trust these guys. These guys do great work. And I was all in from the beginning. But when, you look at the story, and the story is so fitting for what's happening right now in our islands, and I think it's going to resonate big time. And the cool thing about it is that, we win. And that's exciting. We win in this one. And I think you're going to see that. And I think a lot of people will walk away. I grew up in a time where, had like Andy Bumatai's high school days, things that still resonate with local people, even though we saw this, right, Matt Branscombe 20, 30 years ago. I think this is the kind of movie that people will go, man, it's a very local movie. We win. There's a lot of positivity, a lot of aloha, and I'm just excited. I'm excited to be given this opportunity. And, like Stefan was saying, man, I get to work with some cool people who are amazing actors that made my job so easy. Because these guys will tell you, being dyslexic and not having any discipline helped big time. So these guys, the movie comes out amazing. I give all the credit to the people around me, because these guys are so helpful, so gracious in their patience with me, and I'm just excited for the movie. I'm excited for Hawaii, honestly. I've been a part of different movies here, but this is, I think, and these guys will all agree that I think it's gonna not only show a culture, but a side of Hawaii that, that I think a lot of people want to see.
So far, was it? I mean, Augie obviously has a lot of energy and stuff like that. Was it easier or challenging to channel that energy and into basically, because he's just a man about town. He's doing a million things. How was it to channel that energy into his performance?
Well, I mean, I will say we had a great production team. So people we'd worked with before. Branscombe came on with his whole Ohana, like literal family and film family. And so we had just a, supportive and very professional team because we had a pretty challenging production schedule. It was quick. Augie, he was recording a radio program from 6 to 9 every morning. So we would send in hair and makeup at like 8:15. He would step out of his room where he was doing the radio show remotely here on Maui onto set. So, I mean, there were a lot of moving parts. He's saying that, he wasn't prepared already, but that's really not true. I mean, this is like the hardest working guy I know. And fortunately, we also were surrounding him with amazing actors, Matt, Tayana, Kaylin. I mean, everyone came in and they were ready. And so it made it easier for him, I guess, but it also made it, easier for me as the director.
Where did you shoot the film? Because I mean, you had to find kind of the resort or hotel that as the location. I mean, was it all pretty much all shot there, or?
We shot the first full week at Nonolani Cottages, which is a family-run hotel right there in Kihei on the South Shore, and that family was incredibly gracious to us, so we stepped onto that location and didn't really have to do much set dressing, which is why we scouted it and chose it, and then we were sort of the next couple weeks we were bouncing around different locations on Maui, but it was helpful to get all of the resort stuff done in that first week of production.
Branscombe, I mean, you're a fixture film and TV, and you've been a great help for a lot of local productions over the years. I mean, aside from you being in the film, but you also had the producing duties, I believe, right? Because you brought in, I think it was Stefan said, your film family as well. Can you just talk about what did you bring to the production as a producer of the film as well?
I had a couple stale donuts from the other production that I brought to this production, so that was kind of helpful. First of all, I'm glad to be here because when you offered us all a 3-month stay at the Halekulani, I really am grateful for that. Thank you so much, and I'll be taking my reservation about next week. Okay, thank you for that. Number one, Nonolani. So that's a real family that I happen to know, and I had to take Stefan over there, and that's a local family who and very much is going through what this movie is about. Small Ohana down in Kihei, trying to hold on. And when I'm able to produce a film in Hawaii, that's really great. I'm mostly in Georgia, Kentucky, and I did one in Arizona last year. So, like I've always said, Stefan, give me a shot at this. Let me go ahead and, get the grip and electric, and let me get your cameras and get the grip guys. And let me set it up for you. And, we bounced back and forth, and we got her done. That's the most important thing, is to complete your vision. You know what I mean? And then when everyone's walking like a band, you know what I'm trying to say? We're marching, we're playing the music, nobody's behind, we're all in tempo. We're copping a groove. It was really great because you got to do these for X amount of hours in a day and only so many days. And it was beautiful that we were able to do it with also a lot of participation from the mayor of Maui and all of its Tracy Bennett's film commissioner and just the city, because the city, we're bringing a green vocational business to Maui, and that's what's really important. And then we get to have fun.
That's great. Let's hop it opening up to the other actors as well. Keilani, Alex, Matt, Tayana. How was your experience? And what did you bring to your characters? And some of the characters are very unique. So if anyone want to jump in and say what their experience was like making this film.
I gotta say, I think it's a testament to Stefan that we're all here, because I always say, it trickles down from the top on any production you do. And it really does. And you know, he was basically the top at Branscombe too, you know, and like it just, everyone, I don't know, I had so much fun. We had a fun time every day, you know, just like goofing around and, you know, and it helps that like it was a smaller production, you know, so not everyone's in their trailers and doing their own thing. Like everyone's in the gathering in the cafeteria and, you know, wherever we are, you know. And so it really kind of became like an ohana on the set, and we all like each other, and we all, you know, this is my second time working with Augie. I've known Branscombe a long time, and you know, it was cool, man. And I think it's a testament to them and what we did, that we're all like here and excited about it and still want to like hang out with each other.
Matt, I think, you know, I mean, you're sorry, before, like, I just wanted just to comment that, I mean, you're a local boy yourself and you're a working actor. I think you're based in LA primarily,
Yep.
but you go back and forth and stuff like that. You know, your take on the weatherman, and especially like, you know, when it comes to local TV news, is so
Yep.
classic. I mean, is there any, like, it's like, is there any kind of inspirations from like any, you know, like ex-weatherman that you like?
I mean, you know,
Just growing up, you know, it's very funny. Like, you know, like, oh, you know, like it's like, you know, it's all about the surf report. It's always sunny and all that stuff. I mean, how hard can it be with the weatherman in Hawaii? So,
well, that's what Stefan kept saying. You know, he's like, it's great every day. What the hell are we doing? You know, like, am I still doing this? Okay, it's sunny, great, awesome. It's nice, surf's up. Like, let's go. And no, it's not really based on anybody, but it's just it's, you know, it's based on like, you know, all the guys like Guy Hagi, Kyoki Kerr, like whoever you see on the news like growing up, right? But like, what would happen if those guys sort of like lost their minds a little bit of like, why am I still doing this? You know?
Yeah. I thought it was really good. That was really good.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Any other actors want to jump in?
What was the question?
I mean, what were you, Jafan? What was your experience making the film? What did you bring to your character?
Yeah, as Matt was saying, it was so much fun to just be on set. Like, we had the option to leave if we wanted to. If we weren't shooting that day, we could very well explore if we wanted to. But a lot of us had so much fun on set. We actually wanted to be a part of the action and see what was happening and watch Augie do his own stunts. And like, you know, that part was just such a great time and such an amazing experience. And I think that collective energy of everyone like wanting to be a part of it and like sharing the Aloha together really like transcends through the film. And you get to feel that Aloha while just watching the film.
Kehlani, you want to?
I had so much fun, especially with Augie, because I was with him the most. He's the best, man. He's so funny, and he was just so like embracing to me. And I'm not new to acting. Like I've been acting for so long. Yeah, I'm so young, and I think Augie knows that I look up to him. And so I just think that he embraced me really well, and he made me feel so warm inside. And so did Stefan and Tiana. She was really sweet too. And I just had so much fun. I learned a lot on set through my character. And my character was pretty easy because my mom played my mom and Augie played my dad. And that was just so much fun.
Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I just loved it so much. It was totally, it felt like a big family. And kind of like, I was nervous going in, kind of, it reminded me of summer camp. You know, you go in and you're meeting everybody, and then by the time it's over, you don't want to leave.
Right.
So it was so much fun just hanging out with all these guys. And, you know, Augie, I watched him as a kid growing up, and it was so cool to have scenes with him, and we're like bickering back and forth, and just, I mean, all you guys are so amazing. I'm just super grateful to have worked on this project, and to do kind of a off character with an accent and a little like rat tail, ponytail, dread thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's like definitely one of those unique characters in the film. I mean, you're definitely not that guy. I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
but what was your inspirations behind informing that character, shaping that character?
It's weird. It was kind of like an old impression that I would do of Enrique Iglesias, and it's not like Enrique Iglesias at all, but it's just like a weird accent. And I tried to do a lot of yoga and talk to a lot of yoga teachers beforehand, so it was awesome. I mean, yeah.
Stefan, so I mean, you shot the film, and it's in the can. I know we talked about this before when we were kind of like just helping out, strategizing your release and stuff like that, and so this is the big COVID question, the kind of question I'm going to ask now. I mean, with the intent was that we're going to premiere it at the festival, and then do then you were going to do a statewide release in theaters. I mean, that is, I mean, it's still pending, but I mean, for a lot of filmmakers, of course, the intent is to have the film play in a movie theater on the big screen with people in a darkened theater. I mean, things are changing now. So, I mean, can you just talk about what you're doing when it comes to re-strategizing, how to get this film out to the people?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so, we had planned to actually, release this film over the summer, and we had sort of building off of what we did with Kuleana, where Kuleana was in, 10 theaters statewide for 7 weeks, and played in Guam and select theaters on the mainland where they're, people who are connected to Hawaii and Polynesian populations. Yeah. So we had tried, we had thought, even when we were shooting this, like, we were going to build on that and take it to the next level. And so we've been in discussion with Regal. Regal had, agreed to that plan. We were kind of figuring out what theaters, and then, as of a week and a half ago, Regal is basically, dead or dormant anyway. So, so that's on hold, talking to other options, talking to Consolidated now for Hawaii. But, and maybe there's a window where there aren't that many titles in theaters, and we can have smaller audiences go to this movie for months and months in Hawaii. Yeah. It's a big question mark, honestly. Yeah. But what I do know is that there is a big local audience that will love this movie and support it. And so we have to figure out how to bring it to them. And, we have a sales guy in LA who's working on sort of the bigger, international territorial sales and various digital platforms and aggregation and all that. But I still, I do want to have it play in theaters in Hawaii. And, yeah. So I'm pushing for that. And, obviously a platform like HIFF is a good place to sort of, get the attention and ideally, hopefully transition into theaters between Thanksgiving and the holidays and get it out there. So that's what I'm hoping for. And, there are hurdles along the way and, curveballs. And if we go back into lockdown, I mean, it's completely unprecedented. I mean, it's always hard to release an indie movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, hopefully there's a little bit of a silver lining in that there's not that much content being released, and this is a fun family movie. And so we'll see. Hopefully the stars will align to support it.
I mean, we live in, unprecedented times, and at the same time, you look at reports. Everyone's at home, either working from home or sheltering at home and stuff like that, and streamers are becoming more popular than ever, and in a way, it's just like it's people want that, even more so, they want that escape, so they want life affirming, or comedies, feel good films. So I think this film is very much within that wheelhouse, right? So especially when it comes to, you look at in Hawaii, like Merry Monarch got canceled, that's unprecedented, right? And everything else, you have, so it's, in a way, it's like, I think it's like even more so, if there is a silver lining, is that the sense of that need for authentic stories to have that kind of like, that connection to, and then seeing yourself on the big screen or on your TV or what have you. And in a way, it's like, it's great. And it is a family comedy. It's for everyone, I mean, it's like, it's PG-ish, but it's like, I think it's like, just thinking some real comedy here and there, but for the most part, it's like, it's really, really a feel-good film for the entire family. So, yeah, I mean, any other last comments from Stefan or Augie? Go ahead.
I like it because I have a bet with Tiana, and the longer this stays dormant, the faster it is for me to lose the weight. Because I gained weight for this movie, it
was like reverse Christian Bale.
Yes.
So, with COVID, I've lost a lot of gigs. So I want that $100 like badly. So I will be at.
We really did bet $100.
Yeah, we did bet $100. So I'll be in fighting weight. It's always disgusting to look at your fat self on the screen, and I cannot wait to just tell people that that's a role.
You did for the role.
Yes, I purposely did that. Yeah, you guys have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah. That was an extra small shirt you were wearing, right?
These guys wanted me to put on everything extra small. And then, being 51, 52, wrestling with Alex, Alex is like fit, right, guys? This guy is like, he's all chiseled, perfect.
We definitely see it on the film. He's always shirtless in the film, so yeah.
We're wrestling in the sand.
Always doing push-ups on the side.
Yeah, we're wrestling in the sand. My 51-year-old body not the same as when I was 29. So I'm developing all these aches and pains because one, I haven't surfed since I was 12, right? So you got to learn how to use your shoulder. Then you got to wrestle. And then pretty soon, your 52-year-old body cannot do anything. And then you sunburn. So I don't know if you notice, if you look, I'm really dark in the beginning. And late.
We've been color correcting.
But it was a shirt tan, too.
Because a lot of people don't know that I'm half Howley.
On that note, Stefan, any final words?
No, Branscombe wants to say something.
Oh, Branscombe, go ahead. Yeah, Branscombe, yeah, go ahead. Oh no, you're on mute, Branscombe.
That's why Augie had cobwebs in his pico.
Oh, okay.
Last words. I don't know. I'm so grateful to the cast and Maui and HIFF for embracing this film, and I'm excited to release it and figure out the next one and bring the family back together. I mean, amazing talent here in Hawaii, and we just got to keep making the movies locally.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great. Maybe you and then you can continue onward into your game plan of making this into an ongoing series or sequel, or what have you. That'd be awesome.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
It's definitely something we think about, and hopefully if we can find an audience with this film, then we can bring them another one.
Yeah, awesome.
Can I add something?
A reoccurring series with a city councilman. Come on.
Let's go.
I just want to add that there's
I'm not supposed to plug that. Vote for Augie. Come on, people.
But there's so many themes within the film that I feel like so many people can relate to. It really caters to a bunch of different audiences, where there's this surfer who isn't professional anymore, washed up surfer or whatever. And then it's his coming of age story, right? And then there's the young surfer who has big dreams and is discouraged by it. And then there's this marriage that fell apart. And then there's this father-daughter relationship, and then the best friend relationship, and then the kooky yoga instructor relationship. It's just so many different avenues that I feel so many people, a wide range of people, can relate to. So that's why it's really exciting. And I do feel like a lot of people will be able to relate to this movie.
That's worth at least 5 seasons of story, Stefan.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Let's go.
Series, right, Matt? Series.
I like that idea.
Right, Branscombe? Series on Maui. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, let's go. Let's find
my hand in the toilet.
partner. Maybe Hawaiian Airlines wants to, support it, and it'll be their show. They can have it on the airplane, on all airplanes.
There you go.
Yes.
All right.
Alex would like to shave weekly, right, Alex?
Oh, that would be sick.
And on that note, thank you again so much to the cast and crew of Aloha Surf Hotel. Congratulations on getting this film out into the world, and we wish you great success. Thank you all for just watching the discussion today, and a special mahalo to all of our HIFF sponsors, board of directors, our HIFF Ohana members, and also our HIFF volunteers for making it all happen. So let's give another virtual round of applause. Warm aloha to the cast and crew of Aloha Surf Hotel. Thank you so much, and we'll see each other soon.
Mahalo, Anderson.
Thank you.
Mahalo, Anderson.
Thank you.